Because I think Floyd at his best was a better defensive fighter than Crawford. Crawford's a better offensive fighter.
Floyd Mayweather, with all the tools that Terence Crawford has, I will pick Terence Crawford to beat a prime Mayweather.
A lot of comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in a fight between Terence and Floyd, and I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah.
Max Kellerman explains why a matchup between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather would be fascinating. He calls Crawford the best undisputed fighter of this era while recognizing Floyd's legendary prime. For Kellerman, Mayweather's defensive brilliance made him nearly untouchable, while Crawford's versatile skill set defines today's dominance. He argues Crawford has already proven himself at the highest level and has the tools to test even Mayweather's greatness. To Kellerman, the fight would represent the clash of two eras, elite defense versus adaptable offense, a dream battle fans would never forget.
At his best was a better defensive fighter than Crawford. Crawford's a better offensive fighter, but in those kind of matchups, I think defense usually beats the offense.
I don't, because Terence Crawford got more to bring. He got more to bring to the table.
He's a great
Floyd
fighter.
Mayweather got the little shoulder roll, I get it, controls distance, but Terence Crawford is also a master at distance. Terence Crawford has punching power to hurt Floyd Mayweather. We saw that in the Sam Judah fight now.
Yeah, Shane too. Shane hurt him with the right hand.
Shane did hurt him as well.
Yep.
And did he fight Shane, but did Floyd fight Shane in his prime? Do you think he fought him in his prime?
Sean Porter discusses the endless comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather, noting how debates often overshadow their individual legacies. He admits people instinctively choose Floyd in fantasy matchups because of his undefeated legacy and global name. However, Porter stresses this automatic pick undervalues Crawford's rise. He credits Mayweather as the pioneer who set the bar for dominance, the OG of the sport, but still highlights Crawford's success. For Porter, these two belong to different timelines, each defining their own era of excellence.
We've had a lot of comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in a fight between Terence and Floyd, and I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Who will win that fight?
Floyd.
Floyd will win that
Yes,
fight.
sir. I love you, Terence.
Always figures it out.
Yeah,
Yes. He's a chess master.
Yeah, his IQ in that
The
sense
funny
is
thing
crazy.
about it is Terence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's true.
But you gotta have an OG somewhere.
Anybody
though.
else? Yeah.
There's an OG
Somebody
somewhere.
got to pioneer, right?
Figure
Yeah,
out.
you got to.
There's an OG you can't out-figure out
Yeah,
somewhere, and I
yeah.
just believe Floyd is that OG you can't out-figure out.
Crawford himself has addressed the comparisons with humility and confidence. He openly acknowledges Floyd Mayweather as the greatest of his generation, a man whose dominance shaped boxing history. At the same time, he insists this era belongs to him, and he is setting the modern standard for greatness. Crawford emphasizes that greatness should not hinge on fantasy matchups, but on who ruled their time. His perspective reflects balance, respect for the past and belief in his present, which is why he's admired not only as a fighter, but also as a voice in the sport.
Everyone is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah, we ain't going up that much.
Now,
Crawford has been clear that chasing a fight with Floyd Mayweather is not on his agenda. While fans love to imagine it, Crawford himself rejects the notion, saying he doesn't want to beat or overshadow Floyd. His priority is to end his career on his own terms, not by chasing a retired legend. This approach shows maturity and vision, as his focus is on building his own legacy. Crawford's goal is to secure his place in history and walk away on his own terms, with dignity intact.
Have you thought about going for 51-0, beat Mayweather's record with 50-0? Is that something that you thought about?
I already said I was never gonna beat Mayweather record. That's not something that I wanted to do.
Okay.
To be honest, I was gonna retire if I didn't get this Errol Spence fight.
Crawford also points to Canelo Alvarez's perspective as meaningful, since Canelo has shared the ring with both Mayweather and Crawford. When Canelo says Crawford is the better fighter, it carries weight. Still, Crawford responds with respect, noting Floyd was the greatest of his era, while now it's his time to be recognized as the best. This balance, Canelo's opinion combined with Crawford's humility, shows how true greatness is measured, not just in comparisons, but in the mutual respect shared across generations.
You know, one where he felt like he was at the best, you know, and another where he felt like he was at a disadvantage when he had a rehydration clause and he was younger. So, you know, I don't know, you know, I don't go off of that. You know, Floyd is the best fighter, you know, in his era, and I feel like I'm the best fighter in my era.
One thing that I thought was really interesting about the fight, I always love watching you switch stances as effortlessly as you do. You didn't do that a lot in this fight. You didn't have to. Were you expecting not to have to?
No, I felt like I could have, but, you know, why do something when something else is working?
Crawford reinforces his respect for Mayweather by calling him a true legend, making it clear there's no need for forced comparisons. He emphasizes that Floyd's era is already etched in history as one of complete dominance. Meanwhile, his own time is about shaping a different legacy without trying to create an artificial rivalry. By framing the discussion this way, Crawford honors both careers. His approach not only ends unnecessary debates but also uplifts the sport by celebrating multiple versions of greatness instead of searching for one final answer.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know. I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you? Keyshawn beat Tank?
Keyshawn beat everybody. Him and Shakur.
How you feel about them not fighting each other? That's cool?
Yeah, that's cool. They don't need to fight each other.
Was there anybody ever...
They can beat up everybody else.
Was there anybody ever like that in boxing with you? Because not really Sean Porter, right?
No. Nope.
No friends in this business for you?
I think Tim Bradley would have been like that.
Okay.
I think me and Tim Bradley would have been like that. I wouldn't have fought Tim.
If the opportunity presented itself against Floyd, you would have, though, even though you admire him so much and he's so great. But you
Floyd, yeah, because I wasn't as close. Me and Floyd close now, but when Floyd was boxing, I wasn't as close with Floyd like I am now.
How do you beat Floyd, though? Like, since nobody's been able to crack that code.
You think I would tell you?
He ain't fighting anymore, so that fight ain't gonna happen.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know. I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you?
I think you got your answer there.
Nah, I didn't hear nothing. Is Floyd better than you? Some fighters say, even like Gervonta Davis.
Beat your ass?
Okay, that's a no. That's a no.
Chris Algieri added his voice to the conversation, pointing out the difficulty of comparing Mayweather and Crawford. He explains that debates about who is the greatest often spiral into endless arguments because there are so many variables, different opponents, eras, and circumstances. Algieri suggests that instead of trying to crown one as superior, fans should recognize both as exceptional in their own ways. His perspective brings balance, reminding people that the obsession with ranking often overshadows the chance to simply enjoy the brilliance of each fighter.
And no, the discussion about, because Canelo was asked this question, who's better, Floyd or Crawford, and he immediately went to Crawford. Now, is that recency bias? Is that him protecting his own performance? Is that a veiled shot at Floyd? Probably all of the above. Is it really true? I don't know. And I think Crawford had a great answer. He goes, well, we're different eras. Floyd was, the best of his era. I'm the best of mine, which is a very diplomatic way to go about it. But listen, comparing the two is going to be an endless barbershop conversation that's going to go back and forth over literally the annals of time. I don't think we're ever going to be able to have a distinct argument where you're going to say, this is it. I actually want to do a video where I argue both sides with the same veracity and veracity, because it's that, because there is that much about it, and you can, which is an awesome thing, because this is going to be the barbershop, like, yeah, well, Rocky Marciano, Joe Louis. Well, he knocked out Joe Louis. Yeah, but he's 170. Like, we're gonna. That's the kind of
127 years old.
In real time with guys that we've all seen, literally overlapping errors. So those discussions will always be there. It's great fodder. It's great barbershop debate. In the debate, it's debate.
Yeah,
It's going to be subjective.
I agree.
I think objectively, I don't think there's a way to really separate.
Yeah, I agree, and I prefer, as I was thinking about it, like, wow, I can't believe I've watched the Floyd era, the Crawford era, the Usyk era. It's like I've gotten to see some really great fighters. You know what I'm saying? Like, and in the '90s when boxing was everybody was going head to head, there wasn't a guy that stood out like Floyd, Crawford, and Usyk, where it was super dominant.
Robert Garcia praised Crawford's performance against Canelo Alvarez, saying he delivered exactly what he always believed he could. Garcia emphasized Crawford's strength, precision, and composure, noting the win reflected his preparation and talent. By defeating Canelo, Crawford showed he could dominate even the sport's biggest stars, cementing his case among the all-time greats. Garcia's acknowledgement provides validation from a respected trainer, further confirming that Crawford's achievements are recognized and respected by some of boxing's sharpest minds.
That you gave Crawford a really good chance. Did you see on Saturday night exactly why you gave him that chance?
I think so. You know, he's very talented. He's a very disciplined fighter also. He's healthy. And, you know, a lot of people were saying, oh, well, he hasn't fought, or he didn't look too good against Madrimov at 154. How can he look good? He's a talented fighter, and that challenge for him pushed him even harder to train harder and to be better. That challenge, you know, went up against Canelo, moving up 2 divisions, hearing that people are saying, oh, he didn't look too good against Madrimov, so how could he look good at 68? Well, that motivated more, man. He trained hard. He did what he had to do. You know, like I always said, you know, I wasn't going to put money on it because it's also very dangerous. Like Canelo's a beast, strong. So I never really, you know, I wasn't going to put money on it, but I did give him a chance. He's got talent, man. He's got skills, and what he did was unbelievable, man. You know, we were, there was another show that we do with Boxing Scene, and we had it right before the fight, at 4 o'clock, before the main card started. And they asked me, what's your final prediction? I said, you know what? I'm gonna say it, Crawford by decision. You know, because I talked to Bomac on Thursday night, there in Vegas, and he seemed very positive, motivated. So that kind of gave me a little, you know what? My final prediction is Crawford by decision, and he pulled it off.
Teddy Atlas broke down Crawford's victory with precision, praising his patience and vision inside the ring. He highlighted Crawford's sharp jab and tactical awareness, noting how he saw openings others might miss. Atlas also drew comparisons to Canelo's fights with Mayweather and Crawford, reminding fans that when Floyd fought him, Canelo was much younger and less experienced. By contrast, Crawford faced a seasoned, prime Canelo and still dominated. Atlas pointed out the age factor too. Floyd was 40 against Canelo, while Crawford was nearly 38 in his win. For Atlas, this context magnifies Crawford's achievement.
You know, but he's not digital. There's only a few guys that are digital. What do I mean by that? He's not Crawford. What do I mean by that? Where does it separate? Instincts, eyes, calmness, the mind wonders. I know the body wondered. I saw the combinations. Canelo's throwing one at a time, and Crawford's hitting him with 3, 4, 5 shots. He put them together. He's controlling the range. Yes, he had the reach advantage. Yes, he used it. He used the jab. He controlled the reach. But it's more than that. It's the mind at work. He's more advanced. He sees things. He's calm in an uncommon environment, calmer than most. So calm he'll see things others don't see. Just a millisecond, I was explaining this to Stephen A. the day before. Just a millisecond before someone else sees it, he sees it. And he's got the mental control, the confidence, the supreme confidence Customato talked about. He said he only saw 2 fighters with that. Teddy Atlas, I only saw 2 fighters with supreme confidence. Sugar Ray Robinson, greatest fighter of all time, and Muhammad Ali. Where they don't believe you can beat them. That's Crawford. All of that together, mixed together, makes a perfect cocktail of supremeness, of greatness, of another level, of digital. And that's what he sees things, he reacts to it. He sees a twitch.
That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching, and make sure to stay tuned for more breakdowns coming soon. Until next time.